everyone, and welcome back to another episode of ThinkSpace podcast. And today we're going to talk about design trends in real estate with Kim Charbonneau. Welcome, Kim.
Thanks. Hi. Nice to be here.
Yeah, I know Kim, from our past, from way back when.
Yes.
Yeah, the Bell days. So yeah, definitely fun times, and I'm excited. Always asking her for some comments on my own personal home stuff. Yeah, it's good to know a home designer. Absolutely.
Kim, please give our listeners, viewers, your introduction.
Sure. Yeah. So I'm Kim Charbonneau from Kim Joy Design. I've been in business for about 4 years now. I started my business after a little bit of a break in my previous career in IT. And then just recently I have dove full-time into design. So I'm really excited to be here. And I specialize in residential renovations and interior design. And love to talk what's in it's what's out. And should be a good time.
Perfect. Yes. No, we're going to talk about the kitchen trends, timeless versus trendy design, what's in, what's out, like you said. I'm more interested in what's out.
What not to do.
What not to do.
What not to do.
Sometimes that's easier.
Exactly. That makes clear like what not to do.
Yeah.
What are the current trends in design?
Like I think kitchen, bathroom kind of thing?
Yeah. Let's start with kitchen.
Sure. Start with kitchen. I mean, I think sometimes the trends between kitchens and bathrooms tend to dovetail a little bit because it's, you might have a similar millwork, similar tile, or like something that kind of reflects or carries the sort of design through.
Right.
But I would say, natural woods, richer tones, things that might have been in style a decade or so ago, or decade and a half, probably pre-gray phase.
Yeah.
But I think in a just slightly different way. Like if oak was huge, late 80s, early 90s, now it's not yellow. It's like a quarter sawn oak. It's like maybe a slightly gray or undertone, but a light wood, but not that yellowy kind of.
Or the orange colors.
Yeah.
The 80s had really orange.
Yes, exactly. So, when people hear like oak cabinetry, I go into a lot of homes and people are like, oh no, I want to paint it all. And it's like, well, your oak cabinets
wait.
Yeah. And sometimes sometimes unfortunately it's the style, right? Like the door profiles are out of fashion.
Like the rounded tops or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. So I would say like cleaner lines and like the slim shaker is really popular, but like a slim shaker in oak looks amazing. It's very, very different than the oak of the 80s and 90s.
Oh, for sure. Especially if you get the right stain colors.
Yes,
too.
exactly.
Looks really good.
And then I think for countertops, like natural stone. So again, similar thing. Like I'm in some houses for clients and they've got, granite, like their home already has natural stone in it. And they're like, oh, we want to rip it out and go with something more neutral, right? Because granite can be very dramatic at times. And I usually advise, no, you're never going to get the same value for your granite. But that's I think a fairly new thing because granite was huge, then it fell off, and now it's back again. And I mean, same with marble, quartzite. I just saw some beautiful quartzite at the Costantino Stampede event. It was it's just stunning that it's natural, and it's it's more of an investment, but I think it's not that quartz will have a place. There'll be a place for quartz and manufactured stone, but I would say the trends are leaning back to more natural things.
So granite is more like a timeless thing.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. And I mean, it's the right pattern, right? Like I just did a little coffee table of a remnant and it's like quite dramatic. And I wanted it to be dramatic and it's got, big pattern in it. And I think a lot of the old granite was sort of like almost like that tiger print, like really small little bits and like lots of repetition. And I think you can be a bit bolder. Okay. I mean, it may not be for everyone, but you can get some pretty dramatic like veining and kind of splashy type patterns. And I mean, it's unique. It's comes out of the earth. You can't, it's hard to replicate.
That makes sense. If I was actually picking a granite, I probably want to go to the warehouse and pick the slab.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. That's the one really cool thing about natural stone is that you can go and find it, and like it's
Some
it's
crazy
sort of
stuff out there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I've been to those warehouses. I did check. I did look. I wanted to make sure I picked the right slabs. And some slabs come in different sizes too. Like if you're doing a massive island, you're going to want one of those like super slabs that you can potentially get to.
Yeah.
I have a question for you, Kim. In what sense the kitchen and the bathrooms are connected, like floor, cabinets, countertops, backsplash, like how they're connected?
I mean, it's not necessarily going to be the exact same material, but I think it can be like a door profile. It could be similar. It could be the metal that you use for the handles and the fixtures. So just something that sort of carries the design like through the house. Yes. And I think it depends on like how big a space you're talking about. If you're talking like a condo, I would say you don't want to have the exact same vanity in your bathroom that you have in your kitchen. That might look too repetitive, but maybe it's the same profile in a different color. It's the same handle material in a different handle, or the exact same handle in a different material, a different color. Just something that kind of carries it through, and it's sort of in the same general design style, as opposed to like, I'm going hard traditional in the in the kitchen, and then over here we've got some uber modern flat panel shiny, like it's just trying to keep it cohesive so that it all feels together. And I mean, you've got options too, where you've got a powder room on a main floor and that's the only bathroom, then maybe go super bold and go completely different. But then if you're going to go different, like be intentional about it.
You did reno recently.
Yes.
In which direction did you go?
I went a little more, I guess what you'd say, dramatic and
Bold.
bold.
It's bold.
Yeah, definitely bold. Yeah, it's it kind of had a little bit of a vintage vibe with like the vanities, the fixtures, just the color scheme and everything. But we kind of brought in a few gold features. Yeah. The brushed gold, they kind of felt they didn't want to go too bright gold, but gold enough where it comes in is either that or like a nice brushed like brass or something like that. But it was hard. You're always trying to match everything. I find that's the tricky part.
Yeah, and there's I swear there'd be a market, and obviously there's a reason why it doesn't happen. But if there could be someone who would manufacture a faucet, a shower head, a tub filler, a tub faucet, a towel rack, and a towel hook, and a toilet paper holder, all in the same finish, I swear they would make money. But it's so hard to find like cohesive. I know it must be for a reason, but it's challenging. If you really have and especially when you have small spaces, you want everything to be cohesive, and it's like, the finishes.
Yeah, they pair a few things together here and there, but not everything.
Not the whole thing. There's a handful that may be all in the same finish, but then they don't have every finish color.
That's right.
So
I
Kim
find
just
it very maddening.
Kim just dropped a business idea for any of the listeners.
Talk to the fixture manufacturers. See if you can.
That's right.
Exactly right. Let's talk about paint. Can we agree gray is out?
Yes.
Okay.
But
okay.
I think there's still a place for a grayish paint. So really cool paint, grays. I would call it like a straight up kind of, it's not black, it's white, it's gray. I think is out. Anything too dark. But I've definitely specified a lot of these grays, like there are colors like pale oak or baby fawn or silver satin, or they're like,
you got a touch of beige to them.
They've got a touch of beige, a touch of grayish.
Yeah.
They're not quite, so I would say like when you think of a beige, not going to, because you can get kind of yellow, I would lean into the gray tones of those beiges.
It's so nice because they're warm colors.
Yes, like exactly. Ultimately, they're warm colors.
Yeah, I recommend that pretty much. Even, I don't know when, like a while back, just the grays always felt so cold.
Yes.
Even for just little flips or prepping listings, if we were redoing flooring, like get a little bit of warm beige into it naturally.
Yeah, exactly.
More home feeling.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I would say the same too for, like you mentioned flooring, same thing.
Okay.
But and I would say for paint too, like try not to go super stark white. And I know the super stark white was a thing, and I still see the odd person who wants to do that.
Yeah.
But like just have some variation, have some warmth. I think long term it will hold up better.
Okay.
And I think, and I don't know if
the weights?
Just in general, like like going all in on the gray and then
I see.
all in on the white, or like all
Yeah.
in even on wood. Like it's just, I know we were at that, you have that house. I don't know if it's sold yet.
Right. Yeah. No. Yeah. The Patterson
Yeah.
one. Yeah, that one's there. Yeah, with their colors.
Well, it's just so much wood.
Oh yeah, the wood's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like some of it is amazing. And
Yeah.
then it's like, I think our trends have always been like, if it's like, it's on trend, it's like too much of a good thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I think the key is finding like the bits that work and then combining things together so that when someone looks at your house, it's not, oh, it was done in 2011.
Right.
Or that was done in 1988. Like
Yeah.
it should be, I think timeless design is a factor of like,
Yeah.
it's not obvious what time period you did it in.
Right.
And, you know, thinking for, you know, or as a designer, like having a designer have input is some way to like give you some of that insight of like what might last longer, what has stood
Yeah.
the test of time already, as opposed to just going what might be on the cover of such and such or on the latest show on HGTV.
Right. Right. And trying to blend things together too. Just knowing how to do that's pretty
Exactly.
tricky.
Yeah.
It's like how to do like an industrial mixed with modern or something like
Exactly. Like I think exactly that too, even on design styles, like not going all in on just one style. And I mean, it's easy. You can flip through the catalog, see something or the website and see, oh, I want everything on that in that room, add it all to cart. And it's like, it just looks a little samey same.
Yeah,
That's right.
exactly. It is fascinating that you brought up Patterson listing, because me and Dave, we did open houses there, and few of the people who came through the open house, they were like sharing their ideas, and they were like, we're just gonna rip the whole wood out.
Oh, I know.
Oh.
It's just,
Yeah,
it would
yeah.
just, oh, it would be a travesty.
It's more of those than the people that can actually appreciate it, which I get. Like, it's just what people want, right? They just don't understand it. Maybe they want that simple, modern kind of
Well, and I
clean
think the
look
challenge
with no
with that house
character. Yeah.
is that it's
Yeah.
got the red tile floor, right? Like there's some kind
Or
of
no,
tile-
or no, there was that royal red
Yeah, yeah,
room
you
that
can-
we
yeah,
had.
yeah.
Yeah, that carpet, luckily that can be changed out easier.
But there's the
But yeah.
flooring there too, right?
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
if you change the flooring and change the paint and change some of it,
Yeah.
then they'd have a totally different opinion. But
For sure.
their first instinct, would be
Yeah.
to rip it
Well,
all.
just because you walk in and all you see is crazy oak design.
Yeah.
Like, it's amazing, that detail, like the amount of work that went into that was
And some
unbelievable.
people don't appreciate
Yeah. But
like
some
the
do.
workmanship.
Yeah. Some actually
That's
love
true.
it, which
Yeah,
was
yeah.
nice for a change.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, this could be the house for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you have to, well, I think in a case like that too, where it's really niche, you have to find those people. And I mean, it's the same in design too. Like if you have an idea and you're trying to sell it on someone that doesn't appreciate the workmanship or the idea behind what happened there,
Mhm.
it's a lost cause. Like trying to tell someone
That's true.
they don't see the value in it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You think red carpet's gonna make a comeback?
I don't know, man.
I don't
They
know.
were such a 80s thing, right?
Red anything is just
Like it's just
a preference. It's just like
Yeah.
a personal thing. Like, you gotta love it for whatever reason. It's not going to be a trend.
no. And I mean, I would say, it was a trend.
Yeah. Just like those red feature walls and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. I've seen some of those way back when. Or what if it's like sort of like a Spanish family moving in?
Well,
or like
and that's
something like
that's
that,
the
right?
thing. I think it depends on who you are as a person.
Yeah.
Like I went to a house a little while back for a color consult, and they had these crazy feature walls,
Mhm.
and they were like just. I understood where they were trying to go with it, and I was advising them to change the color on their walls, but they were into Southwest art,
Yeah.
and not my thing personally.
Mhm.
But I was like, why don't you paint your house, like all the same color, but go with one of these like sandy, warm, almost red
Mhm.
color? And they're like, oh my goodness, that's amazing. And in their house,
Yeah.
it would look awesome. Not bright red,
Mhm.
not orange, but like,
Yeah.
so that sort of sunsetty color.
Yeah.
And it sounds extreme. And for most people, it would probably just not work. But for them, in their house with all of their artwork,
Mhm.
it was going to look awesome, because then it finally brought kind of all of that stuff together,
Cool.
as opposed to them painting, turquoise is really prominent in that style. And it's like,
Right.
instead of just painting one wall turquoise, which is kind of what they had, and it was
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
It's like, why don't you go a lot, but go in another direction? But you're right. Like, but those primary colors, I don't know.
Maybe
Yeah.
too bold.
For children.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
children.
No, it's the same thing. You do see it in kids' rooms. It is kids' rooms. All of a sudden, they got their hockey team color, which is
Yeah,
like,
that's the Calgary Flames.
blues and
They're
oranges
red.
and
Yeah,
exactly,
like,
whatever,
I mean, it's
whatever.
that's
Yeah.
fine, but yeah, and I would say like keep it to a niche space,
Yeah,
not kind of like your living room floor or your.
That's true.
yeah. I find some of those mood settings too can be a little extreme. Not everybody's gonna love it, but you go with like these dark colors, but then it sets the mood for the room. It's amazing.
For
but-
sure, like
but it's
especially
harder
like
harder to understand as like a normal person just looking for like, I want white everywhere.
yes. Yeah, like if you have a viewing room, you have a TV room, a place where you want a dark, deep color on the walls. You don't want it. You want it to feel cozy but yeah, like
Yeah. I guess those are made for bigger homes too. You don't want to like put a dark room in a small house. It just
for sure.
defeats the purpose of everything.
exactly.
Makes sense.
What do you think? Which trends are on their way out, or you're just tired of seeing them? Pinterest trends.
Pinterest trends.
I'm just kidding. Any trends?
Yeah.
That's a good question. I mean, I think the problem is that for me maybe it's a problem is that Pinterest kind of algorithm just sort of feeds me what I want to see. I think just like I already said, like just sort of like that super on the nose style where it's like you flip through and you can see that someone's like I love mid-century, but I feel like it's even broadened a little bit. It was like a very narrow maybe a few years ago, and now I mean as time goes on, it's like now the 70s are mid-century. Now it's incorporating sort of a slightly different vibe and a slightly different more colors are included in it. So I think that's maybe what I'm just tired of is like this is a X design style, like just being more eclectic or collected or curated. I think is and I mean I think the trends are kind of personal preference. Like some people can't stand maximalism, other people embrace it full on. Other people find minimalism super sterile, and other people love it. So it's kind of depends on who you are as a person.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I guess you already talked about grays. That's probably one that's out.
Yeah, I think
for example, and even like you're saying whites, it's like they've been popular for a long time here. They are kind of timeless, but sometimes they go in and out.
And just even being so stark about it.
Yeah.
Like white cabinet, white countertop,
Oh,
white
man.
backsplash,
That's
white
crazy.
walls.
Yeah, I've seen that.
It's a lot.
It
and
is.
But some people still love it. So if you love it, I can't tell you you don't love it. But I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't recommend someone else doing it. I tried to talk someone else. She had this exact thing: white cabinets, white countertop, white wall, like white backsplash, and she wanted to paint her walls stark white. And I tried to convince her not to.
Oh, okay.
So I couldn't. At a certain point, as a designer, I can't make someone do something they don't want to do. So I
Exactly.
tried, but she was like, "No, I just love it so much."
Yeah.
So
For a quick second, let's talk about the more luxury side of real estate where people are more, it's again a trend where I see people fusing two different cultures
Oh, interesting. Yes.
and bringing it together, like a fusion of maybe French culture plus Canadian, what we have in Calgary, and making something like that. Have you come across something like that?
Not in my personal design experience, but I do really think that's an awesome way of creating a very collected, curated look. There was actually a couple that I quickly did a consult for last year, and she's Asian, and he's like into the mountains.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So I had pulled some inspiration photos of like doing this kind of Japandi style, which is like a Scandinavian and Japanese style, and then also with some rustic elements. So
Oh.
I'd kind of pulled together these sort of rustic and sort of Japanese and Scandinavian kind of all came together. And it looked really, really interesting. And it was going to create this sort of like, it sort of had like
Yeah.
it's basically kind of three different styles. So like the mountains,
Yes.
from here, plus the Asian influences, and then just like, I feel like mixing in some of that Scandinavian. It's like kind of a cool way to mix styles.
Yes. Exactly.
So yeah, like I think you come across that a lot, like especially in our part of the world, like lots of people come from different backgrounds and they come together here.
It's true.
And they're not from the same place, but yeah, like I think the one thing, like speaking of French, it's not necessarily here, but you know, in Paris, they have all of these like really old buildings, right? With the giant ceilings and super detailed, ornate, you know, cornices and millwork. And then they do like a super modern kitchen.
Right.
So it's like this, it's almost jarring, but at the same time, it kind of is like, no, we're in the modern days. We're going to have a modern kitchen, but everything around, like everything on the walls around us is super historical. So it's a really cool idea. I mean, you could do it here too, but you'd have to build it in.
Yes.
But you could use that as kind of your inspiration.
Okay,
for sure.
Perfect.
It's cool.
Is it okay to mix your interest as well? Like some people do a full basement of Saskatchewan Rough Rider gears and stuff, like color paint the walls green and.
Well, I mean, we were saying earlier about larger homes for that. I mean, you can do it if you don't have a big space. Like maybe it's better it's kept away in a small corner.
Yeah, keep it in the garage.
Yeah, like I think it's again, it's personal preference. I mean, I guess if you've got the people you live with are okay with it.
Right.
But I mean, yeah, like it's sometimes design isn't what's the word? Isn't like your personal preference. It's like a way to express yourself, if that's how you want to express yourself. But I also think you can do it like, again, maybe in a more elevated way. Don't go with, again, this would be my opinion, but you know, maybe don't pick Rough Rider green. Pick a green, like maybe a vibe of green, and like pull in the elements, and then you know have tasteful vintage Saskatchewan Rough Rider flags on the wall, or a vintage jersey, and mount it. Like if you want to go on the nose, you can go on the nose, but I think there's a way to do it more elevated as well.
A more subtle way.
Yes. But still, you're still a fan. You're still expressing your fandom.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's what I would do.
Yeah, and it's like, it's usually in basements only.
Yes.
I don't see it anywhere else.
No, maybe a garage.
Yeah, or a garage, exactly, the caves.
Yeah.
Like maybe a basement as well? Like
room
in a basement, just a room, right?
Just a room, sometimes. Yeah.
I guess it depends how many people in your family are also super fans.
Yeah,
that's true.
If everyone's a super fan,
that's true. But still, I haven't, even in a lot of homes, I find it's only in the basement entertainment areas.
Yes.
That's it. Like,
Yeah.
Like you either get a movie theme, like I've seen some really tastefully done movie themes.
Yes.
With, like it's unbelievable. Custom movie signs and projectors and
Yeah.
like candy things and like everything.
Oh,
Like this one in Heritage Point was spectacular. I just moved my client into that one, and that was probably the best setup. Just the design sense was spectacular. But yeah.
Do you see a lot of people going for timeless or trendy designs?
I think, I mean, speaking of trends, I think there is a tendency for people to want to go more timeless.
Okay.
I think, and again, this might be just my opinion, but I think our whole society is, maybe I'm wishful thinking, but kind of over our like fast fashion type of society where it's like trends just seem to be on like rotating.
Yes. Yeah.
When, you know, it used to be like decades were like, oh, this happened in this decade and this happened in this decade. And then now it's like, I forget the statistics, and I know this is more of a fashion thing, but they used to have like a certain number of collections per year. And now, like whatever it would, maybe 4. And now it's like 8 or something like that. So there's so much turnover of trends, and fashion does impact design, right? Like we all, like all the creative fields kind of, so I think there's definitely a trend in fashion that goes with slower fashion, sustainable fashion, knowing where your clothing comes from, equitable wages, like all that stuff. And so then it means a higher price point, something that you're buying one of and that you're going to wear for 5 to 10 years, as opposed to buying 10 that are $5. You buy one that's 50, that kind of thing. And I think that will bleed over into design. So then it's like, okay, we're going to renovate. We're going to install something that's now going to last a generation. That might be, because that's how it used to be, right? Like, I know my old neighbor in my neighborhood, she had built her house, and they, her opinion, but she's like, we use the best of the best materials. And they literally, when she passed, that house had not changed. And some of it needed to be updated, for sure. But like, it was well maintained, had not fallen apart. And yes, the design had changed over time. But in their minds, when they built the house, that was it for 60 years or whatever it was, right? Nice. And now it's like, you're still kind of thinking 5 years when you renovate, right? Yes, like thinking, I know I do that sometimes. I'm like, ooh, if I could make a change, I would, you know.
I know what you mean.
And it's challenging because that's just things in the landfill.
No, definitely. I think you're so right that trends are changing so quickly with the fashion and everything that it's hard to go trend or timeless. Like, but when is it good time to go trendy? Is there a good time?
I would say I would say in like maybe in accessories. I mean, even still though, it's a challenge because accessories themselves are so inexpensive that it's easy for them to become landfill items as well. True. But that is one area, you know, or I mean, even like kids stuff, because you know that stuff, they're maybe going to wear it out, like things that are naturally going to run its course. I think like Airbnb design is a big one where trendy is, you know,
that's true.
Definitely like anything short-term rental.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Like, I think there's a spot for it. Like, it's just, it's challenging because you have to, I think it's, even though if it's a trend, like still do it because you love it, not just because it's trendy.
Okay.
That's, I guess, maybe where it is, right? It's like, it can be trendy, but
if you like it.
If you don't love it and you're only doing it because it's trendy and you want to kind of keep with the curve, I feel like that's kind of you're not going to be able to keep up.
No,
exactly.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and there's also like furniture and decor, and then there's maybe it's a little bit of theories on it. I find some people go neutral on the furniture and then they elevate the like pillows and decor and bring the color in that way versus people will bring in like a beautiful vintage velvet green or blue or something, which is that bold statement, and then kind of match everything around that. Like, what theories do you have, or what ideas do you like to bring into a home, or maybe it's just personal, but what do you like personally?
I mean, the one area I think if you want to change it up, it's a lot of work and it's messy, but paint is something that, because you would have to touch up paint regardless. Paint's something that's not going to last you a generation. You're going to need to touch up your paint. So switching things up, like if bright whites are in style, paint your house bright white. If the gray becomes more, like, I think paint is something that you can definitely kind of go with the trends a little bit, because you do have to eventually touch up your paint. But with furniture, I think that the best course of action is to invest in the best well-made, like the most well-made, i.e. usually high investment pieces that you can afford.
Yeah,
that's true.
Because they will hold up.
For sure. Yeah.
Because that's probably the one area. And so then, you have to make that choice. It's like, I love green velvet. Am I going to love green velvet for 10 years?
Yeah, that's true. Or do you go neutral?
Or you
and
go
then just
neutral
keep
and then add green velvet cushions. And then
Mm-hmm.
in 3 years, you're like, well, I don't love the green velvet cushions. The one trick I always do with cushions is you just buy the cushion covers.
Yeah, that's
and
nice.
then and then if you fold them
seasonal
up,
and all
put
the
them
rest.
away, and then they take up almost no space. And then when they come back, then you can switch out your pillow coverings, and it's
definitely.
an easy way to stay a little bit trendier without something landing in the landfill.
I find people even have their spring and their winter themes,
for sure.
and they just keep flipping
And
things
I mean,
around.
there's people who go full on, and I think that's the influencer Instagram trend of like seasonal decor.
Right. Yeah.
Like they go full in on it, and some people do it so amazingly. I can never fully commit.
Yeah. Some people even do furniture positioning transformation every season as well.
Yeah, I know. If you have the space for it, you have a big enough space where you have multiple configurations.
They just need a fresh look every once in a while. It's just like to clear their mind, or
I do that.
You do that? Yeah.
So every Christmas time when we have to put a Christmas tree.
That's right.
And then that's the time when we change furniture. couches and stuff, make space for a Christmas tree.
That's
Yeah.
true.
You know,
Yes.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's like, I mean, it's trendy, but like, yeah, like seasonal decor.
yes.
Christmas is the one where I definitely have a lot of decor.
Yeah.
I have got piles and piles of it, and I try to shop my house every year, and I see what kind of might be trendy, and then I do a little bit of a display, and then next year I might switch it out again. So yeah, there's a spot for it, but
Cool.
it's
You have to pick the spot. Right?
Yes.
You have to pick the time
Yeah.
to do that. Another question for you, Kim. We talked about integrating two different cultures. Maybe two different styles, like a industrial or a farmhouse, like mixing them together. Is that something people are doing?
Oh, I think so. I think that's the best way to do it,
Yeah.
right? Like finding a common themes
Yeah.
between the two. So like if industrial's got like, you know, open beams and
Yes.
wood, and then farmhouse has got the same, then kind of finding pieces that have, finding all those sort of common elements and then incorporating those. And then that's where the crossovers are.
Yeah.
And then making sure that those are an obvious focal point. So it's like you can see how they fit together.
Yeah, exactly. I just have one more question.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I see Dave's getting ready to ask something, and I always jump in.
Oh,
That
no.
I've seen a lot of floating shelves coming back into, like, especially
Oh,
on
yeah.
small apartments. Like instead of buying a big entertainment unit on the floor or everything, like people are starting to install shelves and decorating their apartments like that. Is that a trend?
I mean, it's definitely a trend that's been around for a long time. And I mean, I think there's a lot of, a lot of the designers I follow on Instagram have done a lot of, posts about our open shelves out.
Yes.
Mm.
Because it's been very prevalent for a long time not to do like in the kitchen, even upper cabinets.
Yes.
And I think it, again, not to sound like a broken record, but it totally depends on what you need or what you have. Like I
Right.
have open shelves in my kitchen,
Yeah.
but I don't store my dishes or my glasses that could get really dusty
Mm-hmm.
and like collect a lot
Yeah.
on those shelves. I
Right.
store all of these big pots that I've collected over the years. And so, yes, there might be some dust that collects, but it's just in one big item and
Yeah.
they are mostly for display.
Yes.
So all of my mess is still all tucked away in drawers
Yeah.
and nobody sees it. So I can still make it kind of look displayed
With your
Yeah.
color
all
pops.
the time. But if
Yeah.
that's not how you live and you don't plan to use it that way, then yeah, that could be really messy.
Yeah.
And
Makes
then
sense.
yeah, like in a small space, I'd say using a shelf instead of a unit would be okay. But then I'd also say too, like you really need to have good cord management. An open shelf with like cords hanging down no.
Yeah. No, I get that for sure. I have to like Photoshop stuff out of my pictures. And
Yeah, you're setting the illusion
Yes.
that it's actually neat and tidy, and then they
Yeah.
buy the place. And you're like, oh, well, the cord just like cord management is
Yes.
you need to have like slick systems for anything open.
Yes. I see a lot of people having small plants on these shelves because they're more going with the black and brown and green color theme. So they have like brown shelves with green plants. I think I like them. They look
looks
pretty
nice.
cool, like for
Yeah.
smaller spaces.
Yeah,
especially.
I mean, I'm a big fan of plants. I have a couple different wall units in my own home that I've
Okay.
grown into like almost like vertical gardens.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, like I love, and I mean, if you don't have a lot of light, you can replicate it with some faux plants. And I actually, sometimes it makes sense to have a faux plant, but because maintaining plants sometimes I feel like it's a part-time job.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Keeping them all
Yeah.
alive.
I saw that app one time with plants where you can take a picture of it and it can tell you what it's missing.
Yeah,
what
I
you have
did
to
that
do.
and I found it very overwhelming
work?
because, well,
Yeah.
it worked, but then I
Yeah.
also found it overwhelming because then they would tell me the notifications and I had to
Oh.
name all the plants. And they're like,
oh, I see. I see.
this guy
Too
needs
much.
water and fertilizing
Oh.
and this and that. And I was just like, I just turned off the notifications
Yeah,
and
that's true.
deleted the app.
That's a good point. Maybe just use it when you need it or something.
Yeah.
It's just
I
like, what's
just
wrong
found-
with this
I was
plant?
like,
I think AI is probably smart enough now. You take a picture of it. What should I do? Oh,
actually, do you know what? You can just do that by just taking a picture of it with your phone. And
Yeah.
when you click on the icon, it'll tell you what kind of plant it is. And then
Yeah.
by then, you can actually even just Google how to take care
That's
of it.
true.
Exactly.
No,
Yeah,
exactly.
no, that's
Well,
perfect.
Why don't we get into design? favorites. We can
Yes.
ask Kim. So question, what's your favorite design style or styles, I should say, together that you like to use personally?
That's a good question. 'Cause
I know mid-century you like.
Yes, I do like it for sure. And I think there's certain aspects of it that I will always like gravitate towards. I think the biggest difference I've noticed is, like I was saying, I have these vintage, like Danish shelving units, and my love for those has not changed. And I think I love some of the like the profiles of the like side chairs. I don't think that's faded for me, but I think, you know, initially I was in love still, and I know it's a bit outdated now, is like farmhouse and mid-century, but I would say now it would be more like a mid-century, like English cottage type situation.
Oh, yeah. That's nice. That is nice.
So like taking some of those Danish, Scandinavian elements and then mixing it with kind of more English and kind of merging them together. There's a place in England called Duval Furniture, I think, or Duval Kitchens.
Sounds familiar.
And they have a few pieces where they've kind of done that. They've kind of merged this. Yeah.
I have to look that up.
Yeah,
That
it
sounds interesting.
Yeah.
For sure.
So, yeah, I think that would be, I mean, if I could do my kitchen over again, I would definitely lean more like English cottage, still keeping the sort of mid-century pieces that I have, but replacing them with that versus farmhouse.
When we are talking about English cottage and mid-century, what is that color palette there? Like more brownish or more
I would
dark?
I'd say like some wood, like natural wood for sure. I mean, that's mid-century. For sure. Like teak is still like a big part of that.
I think some like light stone or grayish stone.
Exactly. Like stone, natural stone. Like, you know, stone fireplaces with like the big kind of river rocky type of stone. And then like creams, some like grayish colors, kind of light palette. I don't think it's too dark, because I always think of English cottage like those low ceilings, because a lot of their places have like low ceilings and big beams.
Yeah, that's what those would
But
be.
but in our we're much more modern here, so we have much higher ceilings.
That's true.
But so you wouldn't want to go too dark, because it sort of, there's the English cottage vibe where it can feel a little like small already.
I see that a lot in that, I don't know, what one sort of like following on Instagram I have, Vivere Design. I think probably know that one, maybe or maybe not.
Which one?
Vivere Design.
Oh yeah. They're great at sharing lots of amazing inspiration.
I see that
photos.
a lot in there. It's like what you're describing. It's like matching perfectly. Yeah.
Makes me want to take a vacation to England. The whole conversation.
Yes.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Sure.
What's your favorite? Like, what would you prefer?
Design wise, I don't know. Obviously I don't know. I have a little bit of farmhouse at my house now on more the exterior aspect of it, but the inside, I'm kind of like mixed. I think I need to do a little bit of updating. I'm almost bringing too many styles together now, because I had a little bit of industrial older pieces, but I do like the mid-century stuff as well. Kind of bringing that, I don't know. Maybe I'm just calling it the wrong thing, like vintagey kind of design, like in the bathroom. My design in there, I just kind of like things with character and just something that'll stand out, not just flush cabinet and that's the end of it, right? I'm not ultra modern. I'm definitely one of those ones that like something like a piece that's going to last forever, or something you can appreciate each and every time. Yeah.
What's the most weird design you have seen in a house?
Weird design? I have to think about that one. I've been through a lot of houses. Sometimes you get, it's usually in the estate ones where they might go a little extreme. Not to say I don't like it or can't appreciate it from one aspect or another, but there was that Harry Potter / Alice in Wonderland house. But I loved their library thing with just crazy colors all mixed together.
I've seen that house.
Yeah. Like there's just, you kind of get these different places.
I mean, if you have $13 million, you can definitely
you can do whatever you want.
Exactly.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. So I don't know. It's not really necessarily strange. Like I can appreciate it. Yeah.
But it's like not very common.
No, not as common. No.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen a few people make mistakes, maybe wrong colors, wrong this, wrong that.
Yeah,
Like,
I would
that
say
happens a lot.
Yeah, I would say like if it's decor, as in like the colors and the paint and the style, that's personal preference. I think the things that bug me the most is like a really bad layout.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like
Very true.
that is such an expensive thing to fix.
Yep.
And you can't paint around a really bad layout. Like if its functionality is off, you know, and I mean, again, that's trends too, but like older homes with all those tiny little rooms, and you're like, there's not much you can do unless you're gonna like rip it all apart.
Well, here's the funny thing. Even in the newer houses, I have met few clients that when I take them inside and they go and they were like, okay, we're gonna make a wall here into a room. I'm like, what are we talking about? This is such an open, great space. You're talking about building a room on the main floor, just building walls. So
Interesting. That's interesting. So you guys actually find, like, you've heard of like people want to put walls up in an open concept.
yes,
Sometimes, yeah, I've been noticing that maybe in the last 5 years, it's been coming back a little bit more,
And what
moving to traditional versus open concept, because sometimes they don't want you to see the kitchen or the whole house right when you walk in. You know, there's the
That's
open
fair.
concept, which
Yeah,
is
and
good.
I feel like there's some open concept.
Yeah, there's a way to still have a bit open.
Yes.
But maybe just put something up, because even just one little wall space all of a sudden makes a living room configuration with furniture so much easier.
Well, it's true. I feel like
Yeah.
there's definitely is a trend or was a trend to sort of go into the home, and you're right, like no privacy.
yes,
Like especially ones where maybe the main entry is off the garage, and so you just
Yeah.
open the front door and you're in the house, and it's
Yeah.
like this huge open space, and there's not even a place to put a couch up against, or no, I get that for sure. I think the one thing that won't really change is just from maybe where things were, you know, half a century ago and now, is that people like revolve around their kitchens.
Yeah.
But I think finding ways to make sure that the kitchen is tidy and well organized, so you can put stuff away, and having
That's
a place
right.
for everything.
Oh, yeah. Rather
Makes a
than
big
everywhere
difference.
on the counter.
Exactly. Well, and that's
Yeah.
better, like landing areas at the door and better
Pantry, big
pantry
areas.
spaces. Or and I think no matter who you are, and I know I am super guilty of this, I need a dumping ground.
Yeah.
And it
yeah.
needs to be not where people can see it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like no matter how beautifully you decorate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like things on my fridge either. So I intentionally bought a fridge that's not magnetic.
that's
So-
very smart.
But I added a board to the back
Yeah,
hallway.
yeah,
and like
yeah.
put anything you want there, Kat.
okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
Anything, maybe we should wrap up with like a golden rule. You know, one final sort of takeaway or golden rule that, you know, you'd want to like tell, you know,
Everyone.
everybody, kind of like, I don't know, that's probably hard because there's so many of them, but maybe something that stands
Like
out to
I
you.
mean, we've been talking about trends, so I think like if we want to sort of tie it back to the trends, I would say I think the golden rule, and we've already kind of chatted about it a bunch, is like do what's true to yourself. Like don't do your home, your design, your decor, like anything for someone else.
Yeah, especially if you're living there. Right?
Exactly.
Like for a long
Like,
time.
Yeah, exactly. Like unless you're doing it for a flip
Yeah.
or you're doing it just because your realtor told you to do it.
Yeah.
Maybe
because it'll sell the place faster. Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. My choices will be more short term. I'm not going to say go with the green. I'll be going and be like subway tile and all the boring stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So unless it's,
Yeah.
Dave has told you to do it, go with what, speaks to you, because you're the one that lives there. And I mean, I've had a client feel like she has to defend herself to her like friends and family.
Oh, yeah.
And
yeah.
it's terrible, but she's happy. And I had to remind her a few times, and it's like, well, I'm sorry your family feels that way, but like you love it.
Yeah.
So it's you. And that's all that matters at the end of the day. So that's kind of the golden rule.
Cool. I like it. And where can people find you online? Do you have like profiles and
Yes.
stuff?
So people can find me at kimjoydesign.com and at kimjoydesign on Pinterest and Facebook and
Perfect.
Instagram.
Nice and simple. I like
Should
it.
we do the fun
Yeah.
segment real quick?
Yeah,
Yeah?
you can do that.
Okay.
now. Yeah.
So I'll ask a question, and you both have to answer at the same time.
Okay.
Okay.
Paint or wallpaper?
Paint.
Paint.
Kitchen island or peninsula?
Kitchen Island.
Island.
Pot lights or statement chandelier?
Statement chandelier.
Yeah, chandelier. Yeah.
Favorite color of the year, paint wise?
I guess I have to say green because of my bathroom reno.
Okay.
Color of the year?
Uh,
I can't pick. I plead the fifth.
Sage green. Sorry, sage green. I
Sage
have
green.
to say.
Most overused Pinterest trend? I will say it's industrial.
Okay.
I'll say it's
Sure, there you go.
industrial.
You answered for us.
Yes. I see a lot of people trying to get those pipes as a shelves and
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
Oh,
like that.
yeah,
and
yeah.
It's
No.
such a metal or I'm
You're
like,
I see it in homes too. It can
yes.
look good sometimes if you mix it right.
Yes, mixing is
Mhm.
the key right there. And
Yeah.
people have all this green couches with metal pipe shelves in them, and I'm like, okay, I don't know what we are walking into here.
Yeah.
But again, should we wrap this up?
Yeah. I
All
think
right.
we're good.
no,
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Kim,
thanks, Kim.
for we had such a blast here today. And those who are listening, and if you need a designer, please contact Kim. If you need a house sold, contact me and Dave, and we'll get it sold with the right design.
All right.
All
Thank
right,
you.
Thanks,
thank you,
guys.